Hey guys, it's me again, and to celebrate reaching the end of year 8, we are now ranking all of the paintings that I did in year 8. So we're going to start with my least favorite, working our way up towards my most favorite, and this year there aren't any that I actually hate, but as you're going to see, there are some that I love more than others. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started, starting with my least favorite at number 20. My least favorite painting that I did this past year is Pixel Furnishings. It's really simple. This was just kind of a rush painting. There wasn't really a whole lot of time or effort put into it. So yeah, that's why it ends up a little bit low on the list. I do love it. I think it looks really cool, but yeah, it is the most simple one in the that I did this past year. So it's my least favorite for that reason, but I do still love it. At number 19, we have We're Not a Cult. Yet another simple one. I did a lot more simpler paintings this year, so, you know, all of the more simple paintings kind of end up lower on the list, down at the bottom. I do love them, but they are more simple, so, you know. And this one, it falls into that category too. It's just more simple, less going on. So, you know, number 19. At number 18, we have Forgotten Isle. Yet another simple one. It was the first one I did this year, so, you know, but I do love it. I love how the water turned out. I like how basically everything turned out, but it is more simple, so number 18. And at number 17, it is Toy Time. I do really love this one. It kind of hurts me to put this one so low on the list because I do really love... My ring light decided to turn itself off. Thanks for that, ring light. I appreciate it. Let's do that again. Oh my god. Okay. Just give me a minute, everybody, and then we'll move on. It kind of really does hurt me to put this one at number 17 because I really do love this one. But compared to the rest of the ones that you're about to see, it is more on the simple side. I just, you know, yeah, I don't hate it. I really do love this one. Yeah, this one hurts. This one hurts to put it so low on the list because I really do love this one. At number 16, it is Sunset Jungle. I now that I'm actually looking at the two, I feel like I should have ranked this one a little bit lower than Toy Time, but you know, I did the ranking earlier and I'm not changing it, so we're here now. So yeah, I think the palm trees in the foreground are a little bit wonky. They could have been better, and I feel like the gradient, I don't know, it could have been better. It could have been better. It's not terrible, but you know, I could have done more with it, I think. Yeah, why did I put that one above Toy Time? Now I'm regretting that decision. At number 15, we have Porpoise. I do love this one. I love how the galaxy turned out. I love how the little, what's it called? Flying balloon present, that's what it's called. I love how the little hidden balloon present down there turned out. I think that's a really neat touch. Yeah, I like it. It's just not my favorite of the year. And from here up, it's basically a tie. I really do love the rest of the paintings that I did. It's just, you know, I had to rank them, so, you know, we're here now, and this is the ranking I chose. At number 14, we have Deeper Shades. I love this quote. This is a really cool quote said by the Stupendium. If you are not familiar with the Stupendium, he is a great singer-songwriter. He's awesome, and this is one of his lyrics. And so I wanted to do a painting inspired by my favorite lyric from him. And yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. Again, it's very simple, so it didn't end up too high on the list. But I am a fan of this one. I love how the background turned out, and I love how my handwriting here turned out. So, you know, but it is more simple, so, you know, it ends up a little bit low on the list, but I love it. At number 13, we have Freeze Flame. This one turned out really cool. I'm really happy with how the planet itself turned out. I was a little bit upset about this whole thing right here because I kind of wanted it to be like a split down the middle, like this half was red, this half was blue, and like they didn't intermix. So I was a little bit upset about that at first, and I was kind of wondering what I was going to do with it, but after a while I ended up really liking how that part looked, so yeah, I think it turned out really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the raised film here, but you know, that's normal with poor paintings. You gotta expect that. But yeah, I do really like how this one turned out. Number 12 is Secrets. I think this one turned out really cool. The top of this cube, dear God, the top of this cube was a pain to get right. I got it right eventually, but man, was it a pain. I like how it all turned out. I do think the star right here could have turned out a little bit better, like maybe more of it showing, or like switch to these two so you could see more of the star. But yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. I do think the cube turned out nice in the end. It was a struggle to get there, but I'm happy with how it turned out in the end. At number 11, we have Rainbow of Bullets. I think this one turned out really nice. It is another, again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, but it's more simple, not as much going on. So that's why it ends up a little bit lower on the list, but I love how the rainbow smoke turned out. I love how the bullet bills turned out. This one's nice. I really do love how this one turned out. Alright, we're at the halfway mark. At number 10 is Melodies. I really like how this one turned out. I do think the saxophone or the trumpet, whatever this is, I feel like that could have turned out a little bit better. But I love the rainbow notes and I love the background. It's really nice. I just wish the saxophone here I could have done a little bit more with it, I think. But I love it otherwise. At number 9, we're getting into the single digits here. We have Immunity. This one is really cool. I love the background. I love the sky. I love the little water with the beach and everything here. It looks really nice. The tree right here, I wish I would have made it just a little bit skinnier. The tree looks a little bit weird, but other than that, like, I wouldn't change anything that I did with this painting, honestly. Just did the tree. The tree is wonky, otherwise. At number 8, it's Droplets. I think this one turned out really cool. Again, I don't know if I would change much about this one. Yeah, looking at it, there's not much I would change. It didn't end up being my favorite. But yeah, this one, I love this one. I do. And at number 7, we have Pine Moor. I really do love this one. I think originally when I had sketched out this painting, I thought that the sky would have been a little bit more streaky instead of the dots that are on the canvas. Honest to God, I think the dots and the tapping the canvas made this painting even cooler than it would have been. Like, if I hadn't done that, this painting might not be ranked at number 7. Like, it's that good. It made it that good, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm happy with how this one turned out. I really am. At number 6, we have Harmonic Convergence. This one, I really do love how this turned out. I love the lightning and the sky and everything about it. It's just, you know, I'm a big fan of bright, vibrant, saturated colors, in case you couldn't tell. But, so yeah, that's why it ends up a little bit lower than number 1, just because it isn't the most colorful painting and it's not the most bright, vibrant, you know, in-your-face, face hug painting. But I do really love it. I think it turned out really cool, but yeah. Not my favorite of the year, but definitely up there as a favorite of mine. And at number 5, we have Maracopia. This one turned out really nice. I do think the coral right here could have turned out a little bit better, but you know, that's fine. Yeah, I do think this one turned out really cool. I think the clouds turned out really nice and the rocks and everything. Yeah, the coral could have used a little bit more detail, I feel like, but I am happy with how this one turned. And at number 4, we have Bub Lane. I may be a little bit biased just because I did just do this one. Like, this is the most recent painting of this video, so, you know, my love for it is still kind of fresh, so. But I do really love it. I love how the symbols up here turned out, like how the water and the sky and the clouds. I think it all turned out really nice. And at number 3, it was really hard to rank these last 3 paintings. I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard to rank these last 3 paintings. But I did eventually decide on an order, and so at number 3, we have Grumble Volcano. I think this one turned out really cool. I love the lava here. I love the sky. The sky was kind of a pain to get right. I had to kind of just paint the entire thing purple, let it dry, and then do the red. Because I was trying to do the whole thing all at once, and it didn't really turn out as good. But, yeah. I think despite all of the struggles that I went to get here, this painting turned out really nice, and I do think that the whole thing turned out really cool. And at number 2, we have Woohoo. I think this one turned out really nice. I think the sky gradient is really cool. I think the mountains are really nice. I think the pathways are... Yeah, I think this one turned out really cool. I'm really happy with how this one turned out in the end. And finally, at number 1, I was really debating whether I wanted to put this one or Woohoo at number 1. And it finally just came down to it, and I eventually decided, yeah, this one's my favorite of the year. So here it is. The number 1 painting of year 8 is Cloudy Castle. Man, I love this one. I love all the different colored clouds. I love how the moon turned out with all the shading and everything. This one is definitely one of my favorites I've ever done. I really do love how this one turned out. When I went into this ranking video, like, I knew where like the bottom paintings would be. I didn't really have a plan of where the top paintings would end up. And this one ended up as my favorite. It's just, I love everything. I love everything about this one. It's really just, it's great. I love this one. So yeah, this one ends up being my favorite painting that I did in year 8. And with that, that is all of the paintings that I did in year 8. So, stay tuned because pretty soon we will begin year 9. I have a very special painting coming up soon, inspired by Among Us. So, stay tuned to that. And yeah, thanks to everyone for watching. I'm Reed the Nintendo Painter, and until next time, keep being creative.